Hi, I'm Phyllis, southernfrugal.com. Today we're going to make a little casserole, and it's going to be really 4 servings. So this is going to work for me and Mr. Bucky for today and tomorrow, hopefully. So we're going to call this grass-fed beef casserole. Market side, the brand name, which is the same brand name where we get the organic greens at Walmart. But anyway, we have tried this beef roast, and this one in particular is 90% lean. Let me show you all that up close. And it is super, super good. A total difference in this and regular hamburger that you buy anywhere. So we're going to make a little casserole, and it's just a really super simple casserole. So let me show you what we're doing now. We're going to brown the beef first in the skillet, and while that's browning, I'm going to peel 3 sort of medium-sized red potatoes, 1 sort of medium-sized onion, and we're going to use a can of cream of mushroom soup, the condensed type. Now we're not going to water it down or anything. We're going to use it right out of the can. And I'm going to shred up some sharp cheddar cheese, about a cup of that. That's all there is to it. I'm not even going to use salt because the soup, of course, is pretty salty. All right, y'all, so we're going to get this hamburger browned pretty good, and then we're going to put it in a little casserole over here is 2.75 quarts. So that's what we're going to cook it in at 400 degrees for about an hour. All right, so I'm going to get the potatoes peeled and sliced and the onion peeled and sliced, hamburger browned, and we'll load it into the casserole dish. And of course, I've got to shred the cheese too. We'll be back. All right, we are back, and the hamburger has browned very nicely. And what I do is put a couple of tablespoons, maybe 3, of water in the skillet to get up all those little brown bits, because that's where the really good taste is. Here's what it looks like. Almost no grease cooked out of it, which I'm really delighted about. All right, so we're going to start putting this casserole together. Now I went ahead and put some butter in the bottom of my little casserole dish. And again, this is a 2.75 quart little Pyrex casserole. And we have preheated the oven to 400 degrees. So first thing we're going to do is layer the thin sliced potatoes right in the bottom of this. Just completely covering the bottom. And I'm hoping that that butter, of course, will make the potatoes a little brown on the bottom. Alright, so that's our first layer. Now for the next layer, we're going to go ahead and put on some of the thin sliced onions. Let me move this closer so y'all can see. That's a little better. Okay. So I'm just opening up the rings and putting those onions in. Alright, so now the next thing we're going to do is put on the meat. I'm just going to take out about half of it. Spread it out on the top there. Sort of equally divided, and then we're ready for the cream of mushroom soup. We're just going to put some spoonfuls on there, here and there. Use about half of it. That ought to do it right there. And remember, we haven't put any salt, and the reason being because this soup is pretty salty. A little more there. Alright, so now we're ready for the next layer of potatoes. Now there will be moisture from the potatoes that's going to cook out in this, because it looks like, oh wow, that might be dry. But it won't be, because you've got moisture in the potatoes and in the onions. Alright, now we're going to come back with the onions again. Just spread them out evenly. Alright, now we're going to go with the meat, the rest of it. Spread it out. Now you want to make sure you brown this meat, because that's where all this great taste is going to come from. Alright. We're going to put some of the soup on this part too. Now I actually am going to put about 1.5 cups of cheese on the top of this, rather than 1 cup. It's going to be 1.5 cups at least. Alright, that should do it. Alright, now we're ready for the cheese. There's a little bit of onion. And again, this is probably more like 1.5 cups of cheese. I do like a lot of cheese, and this is sharp cheddar cheese. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is, let me wipe my hands off here. We're going to put some tin foil over this, and the reason we're putting the tin foil over it is because of the cheese. And this is actually heavy-duty aluminum foil. Now, while I've got y'all here, let me show you this. Organic green beans with no salt. So we're going to have these as a side dish to the casserole and some kind of little dessert. But I wanted to tell you about these. They were marked they were sitting on the counter, and the tag under them said 40 cents. So I loaded up 6 of them. I thought, wow, what a great deal. But then I wasn't sure that was right, so it wasn't. They're $1.32. But I guess it's probably worth it to have organic and no salt. All right, y'all, we're going to cook this for 1 hour. We'll be back when it's done and we've gotten everything else ready. All right, we'll be back. 1 hour. All right, I just took the casserole out of the oven. Let's give a look and see what it looks like. Oh, hot. All right, there it is. Looks pretty good to me. Potatoes are done, and it did get a little brown on the bottom. Let me see. No, not much, but some. Anyway, I can't wait to have this. The biscuits are warming up in the oven. I had them in the freezer. And we've got the green beans cooking. These are no salt, organic green beans. And I added a little bit of garlic and a little bit of olive oil. And I went ahead and took 2 little small pieces of the orange meringue pie out of the refrigerator. I think they're a little better when they're not quite so cold. So I've got to fix the tea, and we'll show you what all this looks like on the plate. There is the casserole again. That hamburger, by the way, is absolutely delicious and very little fat. All right, we'll be back in a minute. All right, here's the meal on the plate, and we are ready to eat. Got our tea and the little dessert, the orange meringue pie. There's mine. My pie kind of fell apart, I see, but that's okay. All right, y'all, we will see y'all next time. Bye for now.